Alright, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Today we've got another exciting episode for you, and this is an episode and a topic I actually don't cover a lot on my videos, and it's actually about spirituality and how to become more spiritual. The two top ways to become more spiritual. And you know, I haven't really delved into that myself, but I have an expert who has a brother, Tavis Bradley, who's been into a raw foods diet now for the last 23 years, so he has experienced a lot. And I used to actually see Tavis, his brother, and his sister, and his mother many years ago, like 20 odd years ago, when I got into raw foods. And he had also been on his journey for a couple years, so he's been actually doing it for a couple years longer than I. So he has a wealth of knowledge, and he's really focused on the spirituality aspects of a raw foods diet, where I'm just kind of going with the flow and seeing what happens. So anyways, Tavis, what's the two top ways to become more spiritual?
For me, physical and spiritual are both one and the same. So to become more spiritual, from my experience and from my background, is both through your thoughts and having positive thoughts, having constructive thoughts about yourself, towards yourself, and for others and towards others, as well as having feelings of love, outgoing love, not just thinking thoughts of love, but actually engaging and entertaining those feelings of love and emanating them outwards into your environment. And the other aspect comes to a direct correlation with physical and spiritual, and that's where the food comes in for me. And I believe that spirituality can be found in the physical. So in terms of physical correlation with your food in your body, living food corresponds directly to your blood and to your organs and to your glands. And so when you partake of living foods, you're partaking of the law of life and the law of love, and found within that is the law of spirituality. It is our essence, and where we come from is within that cellular structure of the fruits, the herbs, the plants. And so I believe it's very much a pathway, a very direct pathway to our home, which is of spirit. So finding our way back home for me is those three things: finding constructive, positive thoughts, engaging in positive, loving feelings, and engaging very physically in partaking of living food, becoming living spirit, purifying your blood, purifying your organs, purifying your glands, your receptors in terms of your nerves, so that you can feel more deeply your environment, download what is happening around you in a very profound way, so that you can really be love, and so you can feel love, give love. And I really believe, and like I said to you, that I've watched you change and I've watched you become what I'm talking about. So you're like a perfect example.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even known this stuff is going on, and I'm becoming more spiritual and sensitive and all this stuff. I'm just living my life, eating the foods, feeling happy, getting out to nature, and enjoying life, right?
Yeah.
And it's cool that if you're into raw foods now, this has already happened to you. You don't really have to do anything about it. You don't have to do spiritual stuff. Although, you should have some of the beliefs and, do some of the things that he's talking about, because I think it's really good. So Tavis, besides doing all these things, what else can somebody do to maintain this and even take this further? Because, just eating raw foods once or twice, it's not going to do it, right?
Right, yeah. So it becomes just like anything in life. When you want to experience something deeper, be better at something, whatever craft it is, in your life, it comes to steadfast perseverance, consistency, and making breakthrough after breakthrough. When you reach a certain level, you meet a wall, and you feel resistance, and that resistance is preparing you to break through to the next level, and you continue to go, and you come to a point where you feel like you've gotten nowhere with your craft. And I think everybody experiences that in whatever profession they're in, whatever their expertise is, whatever their craft is, their trade. They come to a point many times within that development where they run into a wall and they feel like, wow, I've gotten nowhere in my on my path or with my craft. And that lasts for a moment, and then you get back up and you break through that, and then you start a new level of refinement, and you keep going, and you keep coming into these walls, and you keep on moving through, and you really find your deeper experience and continue to deepen that refinement of what you're seeking to experience, what your end result is. And so I feel like it's the same with this.
Wow, yeah. So I mean, keep up the raw and living and live foods, and things will just happen. You will change, in my opinion, for the better. So Tavis, I know a lot of people may have never heard about raw or living foods. You want to explain, what somebody should eat, some of the foods that are really good for spirituality, that they could be eating and starting today, even after they turn off this video, to help them move them to the next level?
For the next level, that's going to be different for each one of you. So each one of us is at a different level right now. So like you, we're both here to promote one foundation which we agree on, which is going to work for everybody, and that's raw living fruits and vegetables, herbs, and as close to the time of the harvest as possible. So that is obviously the foundation, and then from there, depending on where you're at, what condition you have, there's minor things that you can do in terms of supplementation. And when I say supplementation, I am talking about adding other things into your diet, like your clays and like your essential oils, things like this. I'm not talking about supplements that you find in a grocery store in a capsule or something like that, because I don't believe in that. So I think that starting with a platform of the highest quality living foods you can find. If you have a Whole Foods and that's all you have to get your food from, then try to get the foods that have the most density to them, like your cabbages, your avocados, and try to stay away from the foods that don't hold the calorie content, like bananas, your apples, your seedless grapes, all seedless fruits. Basically, I say to stay away from, because they take away more than they give you, and they basically they're affecting your pancreas in a way that it has to work double time, and so you're running your body. It's too much work in a nutshell. So I would say try to find the foods that are more intact still. Stay away from seedless fruits. Stay with your deep greens in your grocery store, collard greens, chards, kales. Stick with your avocados, cabbages, more solid, heavy stuff that it has more nutrition.
Cool. I mean, I want to encourage you guys always to eat more fruits and vegetables. And I mean, in my opinion, and I don't know if Tavis would agree with this, is that, even seedless fruits would be better than eating candy bars and junk foods and Cokes and coffee. So like one of the mottos I like to teach is good, better, best, right? I know you guys could always do better. If you want, I still eat some seedless stuff, I don't think it's too much of an issue, but could I be more optimal? Absolutely. And definitely I do agree that the food coming out of the grocery store and all this stuff is definitely not the healthiest food. And if you really want to get to that next level and higher vibration, grow your own food with paramagnetic rock dust, trace minerals, and harvest it and pick it and eat it, that same day. That's always going to be the best. And any last comments you'd like to share with my viewers today? Any last words of wisdom, Tavis?
I would just say, try to approach your life with a full spectrum view, and address your feelings and your thoughts as much as you do your awareness of intake of these foods that he's recommending, fresh, fruits and vegetables. Also, try to be proactive in your feelings of forgiveness, love, self-forgiveness, and try to do something every day that is for another person outside of your loved one, or your something like that.
Yeah, live in service.
Live in service, and try to have very much positive thoughts. Think about everything in a positive way. Try to emanate positive vibration. And we all have challenges and stuff, but if you're going to do this lifestyle and you're going to eat living foods, those things go together. Positive thoughts and high vibration foods, they both go hand in hand. So don't forget about the thoughts and the feelings, and be a positive person and be a good influence on your environment, and love everybody and fill your body with the loving, living foods too. So
I mean, awesome way to sum it up, man. I want to appreciate and thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
And if you guys really like this video and want to get more of Tavis, how can somebody learn about you and hear more of your videos and more of your stuff on the spirituality? Because you get into this much deeper than I ever would.
So I have a website. It's www.tavisbradley.com, my name, and also, you can just put in conductivity diet on the internet, and that's the easiest way to find, you know, other things, other links to other interviews, etc., aside from my website.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for being on the show today once
Thank
again.
you so much.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And hey, if you guys enjoyed it, hey, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know. I'll try to get Tavis on in the future. Also, be sure to subscribe if you're not already. I have new videos coming out all the time with all kinds of different people teaching you aspects of different raw foods that you didn't know. Like, did I ever think I'd have a video on spirituality? Probably not. Anyways, and also be sure to check my past videos. I have over 450 videos now on all aspects of eating a healthy, living, and raw food, fruit and vegetable based diet. And so once again, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're always the best. And yeah, the seedless ones. No. All right, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Through another exciting episode for you. And I'm coming at you from the Pure Living Expo here in Sedona, Arizona. And I have a very special guest on my show today, one that I've never had before. I mean, he's a really hard guy to track down.